How y'all doing, Football to Faith? Y'all doing good? All right. Answer this question. How many of you, when you graduate from college and when you get a job, want to have a fine lady? You want to find a fine lady? All right. All right. How many, when you graduate from college and you find a job or a career, you want to have a family? All right. All right. I see your hands. I see your hands. I see your hand. That's good. That's good. How many of you, when you graduate from college and you have a job, I heard somebody say job, you have a job or you've got you a career, want to be a dad? Anybody want to be a dad? These are years in the future. This is probably about a decade in the future, all right? Some of y'all be 25, some of y'all probably be 30 when this happens. But you know, one of the biggest character qualities of a father is resilience. Resilience. Your ability to bounce back. The lack of resilience have taken so many fathers off the playing field, it ain't even funny, right? There's this story. Can we hop back in the time machine? Y'all know what the time machine is? Have y'all seen Back to the Future? Can we hop in the DeLorean? All right, let's go back to 1993, all right? 1993, Michigan Wolverines are playing the North Carolina Tar Heels for the NCAA basketball championship. This team that Chris Webber is on, Michigan Wolverines, they're called the Fab Five. Any of y'all coaches remember the Fab Five? All right, so we got the Fab Five. It's the fourth quarter. 18 seconds left. Say 18 seconds.
18 seconds.
18 seconds left. North Carolina is at the free throw, right? Boom. They already called a timeout, so he's on his last free throw. He shoots the free throw. Does he make the free throw? No. This guy named Chris Webber, dynamic basketball player. He grabs the rebound, right? He takes it. He takes it coast to coast. He could have passed it to Jalen Rose. Any of y'all know who Jalen Rose is? Y'all watch ESPN? He's a news sports journalist now. All right. He could have passed it to Jalen. He didn't pass it to Jalen. He passed it. He dribbled it coast to coast all the way to a corner. Now, if you play basketball, you never dribble into a what? A corner. You're right. You never dribble into a corner. He dribbles into a corner. He gets trapped, right? They triple team him because he's that good. He does what? What any sports player would do, right? When you're in that gym. What you do? Call a timeout. He called a timeout. Here's the thing. The Michigan Wolverines didn't have any timeouts left. So what happened? No. The other team went to the free throw line and they won the championship. Chris Webber was devastated. I was devastated. I think I was 14 at the time. My head dropped into my hands. I was devastated, man. The Michigan Wolverines lost the Fab Five, never got them a championship. And you know what happened? Chris Webber got on the bus, the team bus, and they went back to the hotel. Like a lot of you going to go back home from here. And he cried the whole way back to the hotel. They said, Jalen Rose said, that's the only thing you could hear on the bus was Chris Webber crying. And you know what? He never talked about that moment, ever. Not even in the 30 for 30 documentary that they did on the Fab Five. He never talked about it. He didn't even participate in the documentary because he never got over it. He never bounced back. He was never resilient concerning that particular. Now, Chris Webber went on to the NBA. He had an illustrious career in basketball as well as announcing the sport, but Jalen Rose said that he never got over it. And here's why. Jalen Rose said this. He said, Chris Webber never got over that because he never owned the moment. He never owned it. And so listen, if you're going to be a father, like you said you wanted to be, if you want to lead a family one day, like you said you wanted to be, if you want to be a man of integrity, here's a character quality that you must have, and it's resilience. Say resilience. Here's how you have resilience. Here's the three keys to being a man of resilience. The first key, say, I got to own the loss. Chris Webber never owned the loss. You got to own the loss. You got to take ownership of what happened. Face it, all right? Own it. Say that it happened. You can't avoid it. And here's the thing. It's not a matter of if you're going to lose. It's a matter of when you're going to lose. Any of y'all ever been in a championship game like Chris Webber? How many of y'all lost that game? How did you feel when you lost that game? You were sad? Anybody cried? Man, I cried, man. I was crying. I was boo-hooing just like Chris Webber. But there comes a point where you got to own that loss and do what? Get better as a result of it, all right? So key number one, you got to own the loss.